I don't know if you've ever heard of Magnificat,
Mm-hmm.
but so they have morning prayers and evening prayers, and I started making that a part of my daily prayer life, and the amount of change that happens just from incorporating small amounts of prayer is amazing. And I don't know, I just think it's important to talk about and to encourage, because you can't really do anything good if you're not praying.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
It's an order. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you understand that very well with like music. Like you can't just make music random.
Yeah.
Right? If the beats are offset, the music's going to sound
Yeah.
horrible. And
Exactly.
we don't realize like our lives, like a lot of people claim that their lives suck. And a lot of people's lives are very chaotic, and they
Yeah.
don't realize it. Like
Yeah.
they don't have a set structure for how they do things.
Exactly.
And people, they complain about their faith life not being very strong, but they probably, I assume, I speculate,
Yeah.
don't want to call out people, but like I'm included in this again. Like
Yeah.
my life is not perfectly set, and it probably
Absolutely.
would be much better if I did set it up like that.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, and even exorcists talk about how the first thing that they tell people who are spiritually oppressed is, do you have a daily prayer rule?
Mm.
Is this what you're incorporating into your life? If not, that's where all of your problems are coming from.
Yeah. It's one of the
I
first
mean,
things to
not
start.
all of them, but you know what I mean, just
It's a good
generally
root.
speaking. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, like we talked about it on podcast too. Is like Jordan Peterson, all like Navy SEALs talk about like get up and make your bed, get the little wins, and that's
Yeah.
the same with the prayer. Like get that little prayer. And I talked about on the podcast with Anna, and like if you are praying throughout the day and every single day, the devil doesn't have an opportunity to come in and tempt you
No,
and for you to go sin. And then even in our Exodus groups, where we realize we have our best days with Exodus when we actually do the morning reflections. When you start with prayer,
Yeah.
then everything kind of follows suit. When
Absolutely.
you miss it, you already failed one thing, and it's really easy to like, you know what?
Yeah.
Now another thing.
Yeah, I didn't do this. you
It's
know
like a
what?
domino effect.
It's horrible. It happens every time, and then
Yeah.
you as humans, we're like, no, you know what? I'll be fine. It's like, no, you're not. Like it's like you. How many times have you tried and failed at
Yeah.
this? Like you're going to continue to do that. Just
Yeah.
go pray. It's like it's just so much easier that way. And you talked about like focusing on yourself, your spiritual life first. One of my friends talks about focusing on, because we have our realm of like worry, and then what we actually can affect.
Yeah.
And when you focus on yourself and when the people you actually are around and actually can have an impact on,
Absolutely.
it's so much more profound. And then
Yeah.
I added on to that to like where there's that rule, like you're like, what is it, like 3 people or 10 people away from any like person,
Yeah.
right? And so if you're focusing on your little group,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get those people to focus on their little groups, and then it just keeps going out.
going. You're
That's
gonna
the
get everyone
whole
in the world.
world. Like that genuinely.
Yeah, ripple effect.
Yeah, it is. It's truly
Absolutely.
crazy real, and that's what we need to focus on. And it's. I mean, we're on the internet. We're posting stuff on the podcast and stuff. So we're expanding our realm of influence a little bit, but it's always really important for both of us to focus on our homes, our spiritual life, and then it's nice when we have like, these kind of conversations. Like it's like I'm trying to remember we're here,
Yeah.
not trying to say things that are going to be super clickbaity, or I'm going to say this, it'd be a great clip. Like I'm not, like trying because as humans we want to do that.
Yeah.
But like trying to focus on like this, because this is organic, this is real, and it's beautiful. It goes back to like what we're talking about with music. Like when you actually like, are being authentic, it's way more beautiful than when you are just trying to just make something
Yeah.
and just like force it. Like that's like
Absolutely.
commercialization of stuff is just horrible. Like even goes like to food, like
Yeah.
McDonald's.
That's a
Come
clip.
on. Yeah, clip it.
It is.
Clip it, Brian. No,